let's talk about venison. What?
Yeah, love venison. That's probably one of my staple, items on the menu most of the year. It's not in the summer, but in the autumn, winter months, I've venison on. Again, it's a lovely product. It's a lovely thing to work with, lovely thing to prep. You get a nice big saddle in the kitchen or a big haunch. You get the guys to prep it down and work with it. It's just a lovely product to work with. It's just got, it looks beautiful. It just tastes lovely, but also when you're working with it, it's just a great, when you feel it and you're cooking with it. It's just a nice product to work with.
What are you going to do today?
Today we're just going to do like a little venison chop, basically. Just going to roast it very quickly, and then we're just doing that with some pickled blackberries, a salt baked beetroot puree, and a fond potato. Just very classic, nothing too fancy, but just proper ingredients, just cooked nicely, and a bit of love and a bit of skill, hopefully.
Sauce with that, or?
Yeah, we just do a nice rich port jus with that, and take a little bit of the trimmings off the venison, and just make a reduction out of that with the port and a bit of juniper, and a little chocolate oil at the end just to finish it as well, just to give it a little bit of sweetness at the end. It's all quite earthy. We've got quite earthy, strong flavours there, so just a bit of chocolate just goes nicely as well. I like fallow. Fallow's nice to work with. Roe deer is nice as well. I like roe deer when we get later in the year. Beautiful little, beautiful flavour, and again lovely to cook with as well.
Yeah, because I've been writing about that recently. It's venison is actually a bit misleading, isn't it? Because they're all different.
They are different, yeah, and they different characteristics, if you like. Different sizes, obviously. The roe's obviously very small. That's so you need to be careful when you're ordering and your costs for the portions and stuff like that. It's quite important. But if I have it on, say Christmas Day, then I might go for a larger variety so we can get 18, 20 portions out of the saddle or whatever. But if it's just a la carte menu and it's a one single item, I would go one of the smaller varieties.
So can you take me through the making of the sauce? Sounds interesting.
So the sauce, we're gonna roast off the venison in the pan just to get some flavour in the pan. Take it out and then deglaze that pan. Roast off before we do that, we'll roast off some shallots, some garlic, some carrots, a bit of celery, caramelise that in the pan, and then make a reduction with red wine and port in there. And then we've made a veal demi-glace. We'll add that in and reduce it down. Some juniper berries, a bit of sage, a bit of bay leaf. And then just finish it, a tiny bit of butter at the end. And you can whisk in a few little chocolate nibs as well, just to give it a bit of sweetness. So we might just, depending when I taste it, we might just put a little bit of chocolate in at the end as well, just to give it a bit of richness as well and a bit of silkiness.
Is that what you're saying about the oil?
Yeah, it just gives it a nice little hit at the end, and I think it's a nice combination. Beetroot, chocolate, venison, it all goes. It's quite classical, but it just enriches it a little bit as well. Makes it just a nice bit of decadence, if you like, at the end of the dish. I don't believe in personally veering too far off in what you know and what your principles are. For the sake of it, yes, you need to adapt and evolve and keep up with modern trends, but I wouldn't be comfortable veering off in a completely different direction, because I've been cooking that way for when I was younger and the best part of nearly 30 years. So I don't think it's fair on the guest if I suddenly change my style to something I don't really know, just because it's at that time everyone's cooking that style. So yes, it's important to keep fresh, keep modern, keep different techniques and flavours and little twists here and there, but the fundamentals have to be what you believe in. And my generation were, classically French trained, and that's how we cooked.
So beetroot, earthy.
Yeah, so the beetroot's a bit earthy, little bit of, so we basically salt baked them, and then made them into a puree, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of sharpness. And then we've done some pickled blackberries, again they're a little bit sharp as well. And then obviously you've got the chocolate for a bit of sweetness. Fond potato is going to be buttery and rich, and then the venison itself is obviously rich and buttery as well. So just should complement it nicely. And we've got some golden baby beetroots as well from a farm up in Lancashire way. Just going to drop those around the plate as well for a bit of colour and a bit more texture. So it's just a nice not this time of year, but it's an autumnal dish for me. It's a beautiful autumnal dish, and that's why I think that we talk about it a lot. The great thing about being a chef, right? When you're in the middle of summer, you're loving cooking with all these strawberries and all this fantastic, beautiful fruit. But just around the corner, we've got another season that I think changes again, and you're starting to get excited about that. And then trying to get to the spring, you're bored of that, and the spring's coming again, and it just never sits still. And I don't think there's many jobs where actually you get that all through the year, all these constant changes. And keep things. You never stay the same. You're always changing the menu because of the seasons, and that's what we love as chefs, right?